All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the 9th episode of the Average Ghost Podcast. I'm here with Dylan and Daniel and Rebecca Martin in the Kansas studio.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh shit! Kansas studio. Hashtag office, not studio.
Hashtag shut your fucking mouth. It is whatever the fuck I want it to be.
I definitely just hit the top of my bar there.
I just peeked too.
It's a guest bedroom.
It's a guest bedroom. It's not even an office in here.
Mine would be a guest bedroom, but it's an office.
I mean,
There's a closet though, so it's technically a bedroom. Hashtag square footage.
Yeah, this one has a walk-in closet, so I should be recording in there.
Yeah, fucking in the walk-in closet. Newman just goes in there like fucking Gollum.
My precious.
My precious.
So, since the last episode where we talked with Booth about old memories and music and such, what have you been up to this week?
Dude, it has been a full week. We haven't done shit. Sorry, listeners, that we haven't put out a podcast in a solid amount of time. It's I guess that rain or shine mentality that Newman's trying to give off is just not working.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Week. I'm not blaming it on you. God damn it. You're so defensive, you little girl.
Whatever.
So I'm trying to think. Oh, so I think we touched on it that I got the gym pretty much done.
I think you said something on Facebook about that.
Yeah. So I posted it up, and I mean, it's not done, but that portion of the project is mostly done at this point. So I got all the wall pads hung and stuff, and I expanded the mats a little bit with like some mats that my girl's mom bought me for Christmas. And I just like taped them in like Ghetto Fabulous. But they work really well, and so I had like my buddy over. And we've been training like 3 days a week at least. It's been pretty sweet. Like, it's kind of cool getting to like work my own curriculum. So like, I mean, I did it for a solid year, and I'm a pretty quick learner. So I have like a good catalog of stuff to draw from. And then the internet being this colossal help that it is, I just like pull up techniques and stuff like that and work on new shit too. Yeah. So that's been really cool. Yeah, so I've been like, I got like I put a chalkboard in there and stuff, so I like write shit up there like I'm fancy, and then...
Did you put it in the window like you were talking about?
Yeah, it works pretty well, except for, I mean, no, it looks awesome. Sorry, it doesn't work pretty well. The wood that I use is just, it has like a lot of ruts in it and shit, so it's really fucking hard to use the chalk, even though I sanded it down, so I'm gonna have to...
Did you use like that spray paint chalkboard?
Yeah,
shit?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really cool, and it works, like, in some spots. Like, there's, like, 1 2-inch by 8-inch section that I can write, like, a combo on, and then I have to skip, like, 3 feet to get to another section that I can actually write anything on. So, yeah, like, we did some of those drills you were talking about, like, the sparring with, like, multiple hands and stuff, you know, when you just, like, pick one hand and stuff, so...
Yeah.
We did, like, jab versus jab, all that stuff, and that's been super fun, and then we kind of just got to the real point and just started teeing off on each other. Just did some hard sparring rounds. So on a new note, I have never like knocked someone down when sparring until yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't think I could ever be an actual fighter because I immediately resorted to full-on panic state. Oh my God, you're dying.
Oh,
like, dude, because like I was like I noticed in that video I posted on Facebook, for anybody who saw it, who follows me on my actual Facebook page, mine, not the podcast page. But I posted a video of us sparring, and like I've been watching that just because I'm an egomaniac. You know, I just want to see myself do stuff. No. I was like analyzing like my technique, so like I see that my right back foot was lifting a lot, and that happened to me a lot when I was back in the day too. Just like when I was on the move, I wouldn't slide my right foot back and like plant my punches, so it was taking away like a quarter of my power at least. And so I started planting it yesterday, and I was just throwing like really nice shots, and like I didn't think like they were heavy, but they were getting pretty heavy. Like he tagged me with this gnarly overhand left, because he's a southpaw, but he like mostly operates in orthodox, but he has like this fucking thing just waiting in the background, this gnarly overhand left. And so he hit me with it, and I like got kind of dazed, and I was like, oh shit. So I just tugged my chin down, got my hands up, and I was like, all right, I gotta give one back. So like I tagged him with this gnarly right hand, and I could tell he was like, oh shit, like doing the blinking thing. So we did another round or two, and then we're starting to get a little more tired, and I was being really heavy on that right hand because I'm trying to like get used to guarding with my right side and to not lift my right foot. And so I decided to switch it up because he's been guarding on his left side really heavily. So textbook, like this is probably the most perfect technique I've ever executed, honestly. Like, it was picture perfect, and I was like, thank you. Like, this is cool. But, so I do a switch jab. So I switched my feet for the left high kick, but I tossed a jab out there at the same time. So, like, he eats that jab, like, he just watches it, and, and he guards his left side, watches this jab, so his eyes are turned to the opposite side of just seeing my fucking 120-pound legs swing up, because I swear half of my body weight's all in my legs, and I wasn't even throwing heat behind it, but it just tagged him, like foot wrapped around the head, shin right to chin, and he just goes boom. I was like, oh shit, oh fuck. Like, I immediately rushed, I'm like, dude, are you fucking okay? And he's like, yeah dude, you're good. Like, but you could tell, like, there was no bracing with hand when he fell. It was just a straight up to back, just I was like, oh fuck,
like that would have been a TKO
for sure. Like, yeah, 100%. Like, it just scared the shit out of me though, man. I was like, oh my goodness. Because I pride myself on not trying to knock dudes out when we're sparring. I mostly just do it for fun.
But then you were a dick and you fucking knocked the dude out.
Then I did.
Now he's never coming back to the gym.
No, he was actually going to come today, but I told him we'll just rain check till Monday for maybe his head can get a little better. I was like, you might have head trauma. Let's wait till Monday. So that's pretty much been the extent of mine. I've been eating a lot cleaner. Reading the Tim Ferriss book, I've been putting in a lot of I've been trying to do this whole like slow carb diet thing. Like, I'm not doing it all the way, but I'm doing my best. Like, he's like talking about taking 30 grams of protein and like the second you wake up, like jumpstarts your metabolism and like your fat burning. So I've been doing that, and it's been working really well, like with energy levels too. And
hold on, so in that shit, he tells you to eat breakfast?
Yeah. He actually makes sure you want to do it between 30 minutes at maximum an hour. Otherwise, you lose your window.
That's weird, because he's been going on and on about not eating breakfast and all of his other shit. So.
Well, he talks about a lot of stuff about, like, I don't know if it's the ketogenic diet. It's something a little different. But, like, he does intermittent fasting, and he's tried all that stuff. But, no, in the 4-hour body, he like, one of his main examples for fat loss was he used his dad, like, and he, like, just, like, had his dad be his guinea pig. So, his dad lost like 40-something pounds in 3 months and he said, like, once he jumped up his protein intake the second month, like, made his dad start taking 30 grams of protein in, like right when he wakes up, his dad's weight loss jumped from like 4 pounds in a month to like 18.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was extremely significant. So I was like, oh, I mean, even if it jumps mine by like a pound, I might as well, It's good fuel anyways. It keeps me from, like, stopping at Starbucks and getting a double bacon and cheddar sandwich. Like, I mean, double smoked bacon, sorry. It's not double bacon.
Gotta get
not
that smoke in there.
Yeah. So I've been doing a lot of that. I mean, a lot of my diet. I made cauliflower fried rice. You probably saw that on Facebook.
Yeah.
Like I mean, you probably had it before, but it turned out really well. I was surprised. I mean, it doesn't smell as good as fried rice, but you pour a bunch of sriracha on that shit.
I imagine delicious. It smells like straight fucking buttholes.
It smells kind of like broccoli. It's weird. Like, it doesn't smell bad, but because you got all this, the soy sauce and the vegetables, it still has a fried rice-ish smell, but it also has it smells like heated up broccoli. That's weird.
That sounds gross.
Yeah, but it tastes really good, so that's been good. And then just a lot of taco salads with, like, I've been trying to eat more, like, beans and stuff because it's, like, better, like, protein and slow processing carbohydrates. And this is probably boring as shit for all the listeners, but you asked what my week was like, so I'm going to tell you guys it was boring as shit, and all I've been doing is fucking around on my computer and training and eating good. So, yeah, Newman, what was your week like?
My week wasn't much better. I've been going to the gym like once or twice a week, and then school has been eating up all of my goddamn time. Homework. Fucking, yeah. I have managed to do the 2-a-days pretty consistently. I did it 3 times this week where I'd go and lift in the morning and then do MMA at night. So that was good. But
nice.
As far as like fun shit, that doesn't exist in my world right now.
Yeah, dude, I'm having... Oh, sorry.
What did you guys do this week? We might as well bring you into the mix.
Daniel and Rebecca.
Just pretty much work and trying not to get sick. Daniel suffered a pretty major man cold this week, so I've been taking care of him.
Fucking man cold.
It's pretty severe. Luckily, it only lasted about 3 days.
So for everyone who doesn't know, describe a man cold.
It's like a regular cold, but it's way worse than a regular cold. Women wouldn't know what it is because it's a man cold. It's pretty horrible.
Strictly for men.
And so...
Not even transgender.
Honestly, this entire week, I just got up, did regular Army stuff, went to PT. About 9 o'clock, I decided it's time to go home. So I went home for the rest of the day. Didn't do much of anything because I was supposed to deploy tonight.
Yeah, he was supposed to leave tonight.
And then they're like, there's a big storm on the East Coast. You're not going anymore. Till next week.
Yeah.
So it's not anymore. Just till 1 week.
Till next
so you
week.
get
Hopefully
2 going away parties.
Yeah.
So hopefully there's a blizzard next week.
Yeah,
also.
let's just hope that until springtime.
Every week for like the next year.
And it's kind of pointless anyways because all of them come home in about 4.5 months.
Yeah, they're going to start packing up here probably after that upcoming battalion bullshit. And then
So by the time I get out there, I'm going to get out there, take my stuff off the plane, and put it into a Connex the same day.
All right, unload and pack everything back up.
And I'm like, all right, just stay in this uniform. You're not going to get dirty.
Dude, I kept almost getting a cold, but I just like have been religiously intaking airborne like 3 times a day and just fucking choking it down.
Rebecca feeds that stuff to me.
I love airborne.
Dude, it works. Yeah, my girlfriend keeps trying to tell me like studies have shown that like vitamin C isn't that helpful to your immune system, and I was like, well, fuck you then, because if the placebo effect is working right now, I don't want you to fuck with it. I was like, because it's straight up working. I was like, fuck science.
She just wants you to get sick so that she can take care of you.
I know. I keep trying to get her to drink airborne, and she's just like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
I don't like the taste of airborne, which is like really weird because it's not that bad. I just don't like it. And Rebecca's always like, take this.
Which one do you drink? Which one?
The orange.
It's yellow.
You gotta drink the lemon lime. That one's the shit. I straight up. It tastes like Sprite without bubbles. It's fucking wonderful. I would drink it like a regular drink.
So if you throw that shit into like some seltzer water or some shit, it's gonna be.
You could just toss it in vodka and it'd be great.
Maybe Rebecca bought this one knowing it tasted like shit and knowing I wouldn't like it. So she's like, here you go, taste this.
You and your fucking man cold.
Drink this, you pussy.
Yeah. So, dude, yeah, that's weeks, I guess. All of us were pretty terrible. We didn't do much.
We're fucking boring. We don't do shit. I mean, we're adults. Adult life is boring as fuck.
I learned how to use my wood my wood stove. If anybody cares about that, I'm sure all the listeners are like, "Fuck yeah, wood stove shit."
No, they don't.
Just let me be excited about something.
Like the one in the living room.
No, I have. It's downstairs. Yeah, so it's in my rec room downstairs.
Wood burning stove for like a common area.
Yeah, pretty much.
Those are so cool.
Yeah,
so you learned how to put wood in the stove?
Yeah, I did. I learned. No, the wood isn't the hard part. It's figuring out what all the levers on it are. Like, you're like, okay, so this is the bionic lever, and this lever makes, I don't know what the fuck. So I had to, like, actually look up the instruction manual and read through the whole thing just to figure out, like, nope, this isn't for the chimney, this is a bypass, and no, this isn't for this is so you can get more air. It's like, oh, you're such a fucking asshole. I did it all backwards the whole time. Like, fuck you, fire, I don't even want a warm house.
Was it the wood stove or just your regular fireplace that they built a fire in and it smoked out your entire house?
That was the regular fireplace. It didn't open the chimney, so it was just like, oh, dude, we almost had a fucking fire in my house too from the wood stove. I tossed the embers, which I thought were done, in a cardboard box so I could get rid of them, and like it started smoking up the downstairs. And so my roommate Caesar's like, dude, what the fuck? He tries to fix the wood stove. I was like, dude, it's not the wood stove. Like, what's happening? I was like, the wood stove has never smoked. Why would it do that? And so we leave again, and I come back up here, look around on my computer, and I just hear like, And I was just like, oh shit. So like I run downstairs and I see the box is out back and it had like, it's in our fire pit out back and it's on fire, like fully engulfed. Like, so he caught it just as it started to burn up and then he got it outside before it burnt my whole house to the ground.
That would have been awesome.
I would have been calling Jake from State Farm for sure. What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Chelsea's
a North Face because
really?
it's cold. Yeah. So, how have you been? I mean, so I guess we touched on this with what we've been doing this week, but how have you been progressing on the goals that you set for this year? I know you were telling me like in our last conversation yesterday about like you were gonna do the Wealthfronts thing and stuff. So, what you got, man?
Yeah. I'm going to invest some money out of this GI Bill bullshit. And then as far as the jiu-jitsu thing goes, I don't know when they give you stripes or blue belts or anything.
After 25 classes, you'll get a stripe.
Oh, okay. Well, then I've got a lot of classes left to go to. So, I mean, I'm on my way, but I'm still, I don't know. It's just slow
So
going.
it's 100 classes and you'll get your blue belt.
Oh, well, fuck.
You can still do it. It's only January, man.
I know.
Just for sure, don't take another language next quarter.
Fuck, for real.
I expect you to do the whole next podcast episode in German.
Oh, fuck you.
That'd be awesome.
I'm
like speaking English to you and you're like speaking in German.
I'm just going to ask you what your address is and what characteristics you have.
Just repeat, sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Yeah, I'm just going to ask if you speak German the whole time. Nine! We'll just have a conversation like a fucking confused American and confused German who can't understand each other.
Exactly. Glorious.
For an hour.
Everyone I know who's over there said that they speak English just as much as they speak German.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they do.
I mean, that's pretty much how it is, I feel like, in a lot of countries.
Yeah, everyone but America speaks multiple fucking languages.
I know, right?
And we're over here like, you need to learn English because we're fucking lazy.
You need to learn America because we're not going to learn your goddamn Mexican.
No, that's not true. You go to like a fast food place in California, you gotta know Spanish to order food.
You're not eating unless.
Can I get a number 4?
You want to know why? You want to know why? You want to know why? Because they took our germs.
They took our germs.
All right. So, do you even remember your goals?
I think so. Read more, self-analyze, do it, and work out more. I think.
Do it in the butt.
Do it in the butt. Yeah, that's what it was. Butt stuff. I actually wrote down butt stuff.
2016.
I put fingers in b-holes with a star next to it and underline. Three times.
Very important goal.
Fingers in b-holes. No, yeah. So I mean, the workout one, I trained at least 3 times this week, and so that's been pretty good. And then self-analyzing. I don't know. I'm pretty constant on that one, but I've been to therapy once or twice this year, and that's been good. So, yeah, it's enjoyable. I feel like I'm making progress there a little bit and starting to ask the real questions, break down the inner demons.
Yeah.
I'm going to be Satan here in a second. I'm going to break them all down. They're just going to take over. I'm going to get possessed, and then everybody's going to need a rosary, and then they're going to fight me off, and then there's a script. I just wrote a script to a movie.
It sounds
Dylan
like every
is
other.
Satan.
It sounds like every other possession movie that's ever come out.
Newman, your constructive criticism can lick my dick. Just the tip of it, though.
Oh, okay. Like, I've been trying to read outside of these classes, but it just doesn't fucking happen. So, like, I guess I'm going to read 2 books this month, but it's going to be...
Textbooks.
It's going to be fucking textbooks. It's going to be Deutsch nach klar and fucking... and Intro to Finance. So.
Oh yeah, reading I've been doing a lot better on. I've been trying to get in. Usually, like before I went to Kansas, I was falling asleep like 11 every night. Now I'm trying to like actually get to sleep before 10, which is a huge gap for me actually. Yeah. So I've been like getting in bed about 9:30 and then 9:30. I'll read for 30 minutes. I've been just, slowly chipping away at that Tim Ferriss book, which is super fucking awesome. Yeah, for anyone who wants to know more about, like, how to lose weight, how to gain muscle faster, I mean, like, the new technology of the body and, like, just really cool shit, and, like, a book that's nonfiction but yet extremely compelling and super interesting. That's one thing that's really blowing my mind, is that I'm reading a book filled with just consistent, like, scientific facts, but I'm still really interested in it, and it's not, like, getting boring at all. It's like, oh, okay. And, and he says, like, if you get bored with a part, like, it's not crucial, so just skip to the next one. So you're like, all right, thanks, Tim Ferriss. I don't have to read your whole book. That's cool. Thanks, man.
I don't know if that counts as reading the whole book, though, as far as your goals.
I haven't skipped anything yet, so Aaron, you can just.
That sounds like back in the day when people would write, like, skip to page 70. It was like a pair of boobs and, like, a National Geographic.
That's what he needs to do. He needs to fucking put boobs at every other chapter.
I got in trouble in middle school one time, and so backstory, I was on this airplane one time. All my whole family was my whole family's sitting in coach, and or not in coach. They're all sitting in first class. Every single one of them got upgraded out of, like, the 12 of us that went to Massachusetts. I'm the one motherfucker who sat in coach. One. But I happened to sit between, like, this married couple, and, like, they were, like, big Lord of the Rings fans, and so, like, I just shot the shit with them for, like, multiple hours, and they were hella cool. They ended up giving me this bookmark with, like, the whole map of Mordor on it and shit, but they were like, hey, you gotta read these books. So jump forward, I'm in middle school, this is, like, I don't know, maybe 5 years later. I get in trouble for something. I don't know. And my dad's like, you're fat as shit. He didn't say that, but I was. And it's like, you're fat as shit. No Halo until you read all of Lord of the Rings. And I was like,
holy fuck.
Yeah, all 3. So I had to read all 3 of these books. Dude, I skipped like 7 chapters. I swear I would be reading. Like the whole prelogue, like when they're in, like I was like, can we start walking now? Like, come on. So I was just like, fuck that chapter. And then like I got to the point where it's like the final battle, like all that shit. They finally tossed the ring into Mordor, and I was like, do I really need to read this like end 3 chapters? I was like, this is another 100 pages. I already know the story. Fuck it. And so I just tossed that shit. So I was like, Dad, I'm done. I'm gonna go play Halo. Took me like a fucking month though.
I don't get the logic of that though. Like, hey, I'm tired of you sitting around in front of a TV, so go sit around in front of this book.
Dude, I really don't think it had anything to do with me being fat as shit. I just was, and I feel like that was necessary. I'm pretty sure I just did some dickish thing. I probably wasn't doing my homework or something. I mean, I never did my homework.
Wow.
Dude,
I still don't do my homework very often.
Dude, I'm gloriously surprised at the fact that I passed high school, like, with the grades that I did, because I swear to God, I don't remember doing but maybe three assignments.
Yeah.
In all of high school?
Yeah, I swear. Like, I mean, I'm sure there's more, but I really only, like, I remember in history class, I used to do that homework because, like, it was interesting to me. You just, like, read a piece, and then you'd kind of, like, they'd be like, what does this quote pertain to? And you'd be like, oh, I already read that part. Here, click, 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 you know. But every other class, I was just like, nah, no thanks.
nah, bro.
I used to walk into physics class and immediately pull my backpack up on the desk, lay my head on it, and pass out until my physics teacher would come up to me and be like, yo, Dylan, you got to go to your next class. Like, everyone who's in here is from, like, 3rd period. You need to go to your 3rd period. I'm like, oh, shit, okay. And so
that was me consistently throughout my entire high school career, which is why I dropped out my junior year.
Dude, I just couldn't do it, man. And I was late like 10 minutes every day. I had Myth and Legends, but I don't remember anything we learned in there except for like, hey, you should read some stuff by Joseph Campbell, because I just slept the whole time too.
Is that a video game?
What?
Myth and Legends?
No, that was no. Age of Mythology is a video game? I don't know.
I was just fucking with you.
Well, that was a class.
I know it's not a goddamn video game.
Get better at fucking with me.
Shut your fucking mouth.
So that was a class that you went to?
Yeah. It was like a combination of like astrology, Greek mythology.
How was your teacher all the time? Jesus.
Dude, I swear he probably could have been really high. He was a dope motherfucker though. Like, he was super interesting. He like taught us how to like palm read and shit and all the stuff that it meant. It was weird as fuck.
So you went to like a fucking detached Hogwarts course.
Yeah, dude. I learned wizardry and all that shit.
That's awesome.
We had to ride a Chimera. It was great.
Oh, that's fucking sick.
Best first period.
Oh, shit. So you wanted to... I don't really understand what you meant by memories, but you said you wanted to dive into, like, some...
I just, like...
profound...
I mean, like... I'm just, like, you know what? We talked... So the last podcast, you know, we had Sean Booth on. You guys kind of reminisced.
And that was all fucking memory lane shit?
Yeah, so I'm, like, just trying to think, like, I spent the last couple days just, like, thinking about stupid shit that has happened, like, over the few years. And, like, I'm trying to remember, like, a couple things that we... like have done, you know, because you and Booth had all these memories, and I was like, dude, like, when did me and Newman start really hanging out, you know? Because that whole period when you were like all the way till you were probably like 20, about my age, actually, we didn't hang out for like since you
like
were like
you had
maybe
gone
18.
to Massachusetts, and
and then there's a couple years after that too, you know, and you were all with you hanging out like with Christina and stuff and Gideon and all that shit.
Yeah.
And I didn't come in until, like, after that point, until well after Gideon was at least, you know, 1.5, 2 years old, something like that.
Yeah, he might have been fucking 2, so I was, like, 22 at that point.
Yeah, so you were
like
really
10
old.
years ago.
About 10 years ago?
10 years ago?
No, it's
10,
20
12?
years ago. Aaron's, like, 42 now.
Why don't you guys just go ahead and shove that up your ass? Just shove those fucking 10 years right up your ass.
Straight in the butthole.
So I just, like, sorry, what I meant, I didn't even finish what I was saying. Like, I just want to, I just want to dive into, like, what's some of the most, I guess, prominent memories that you have of, like, we dived into the stupid one with, like, pissing all over the woods. That was a good one. But I just feel like, you got any other ones? Like, which...
You didn't hear that? You guys didn't listen? There's a fucking, it's in the pot. It's in the episode 8, but the synopsis
No,
is,
it wasn't an 8. That was in, like,
Wasn't
2, I think. It was in 2, I think.
No, it wasn't 8.
That was
'cause we're
no.
talking about with Sean. What?
No,
Okay,
the peeing, like the one where we did the crow's nest, that had to be podcast 1 or 2. That was way in the beginning. We were drunk the first night, and we just started talking
I
about...
have podcast 2 on my phone, and that's not in there.
Yeah, weren't you on podcast 2?
I was on 3 and 4.
Oh, okay. So
It's in the first 4. It's definitely in the first 4.
So it's probably like the first one or something
maybe
like
it's
that.
in the first one. Yeah.
But the synopsis is we were all camping out at my grandparents' farm, and we built like a little fort area, and we fed this kid a shitload of Dr. Pepper, and we said, hey, we need you to pee around the perimeter because it keeps coyotes away.
And he fell for it?
I mean, how old were you? You must have been like 8.
I don't know if you guys were fucking with me. I think you guys were all actually scared that there was coyotes. Like, we did like straight up watches in this crow's nest all night. Like, people were straight up in there with a BB gun that I doubt was even loaded, like ready to fight off like the Spartans of Coyote. Like, we were ready to throw down. So yeah, they have this like 24 rack of Dr. Pepper, and they just start feeding me Dr. Pepper just over and over again. And my parents didn't really let me have sugar at this point. And so I was just like, fuck yeah. And I was just like chugging these things. Like, I swear every 10 minutes, new Dr. Pepper, new Dr. Pepper. Keep in mind, I'm still at the age where I still piss the fucking bed. Like, I pissed the bed till I was like 12, dude. Like, I was a late bloomer on figuring out how to not piss the bed. So, I mean, I still do it all the time. No, I remember one time I pissed my pants, and Ryan, the late great Ryan Palmer, or Amsbaugh, like, he did the thing from Billy Madison where he was like, peeing your pants is cool. Like, I didn't understand it at that point, but now I get it. But yeah, so they just film me with this. They're just having me piss all over the perimeter. Just, I swear, every 15 seconds I have to fucking piss. And so
blown shit my pants like 3 or 4 years ago. Like,
I think we need to go into that.
like full blown shit my pants, and I was like 23 years old.
So we're definitely jumping into that story, but to finish off the end of my story, I go to sleep in my own tent. I wake up in a puddle of piss, like straight up puddle. It was
You
great.
might as well have been swimming.
Like, hate your cousin now. Like, fuck Newman.
Dude,
fuck this guy.
I had to like call my dad to like drive the truck out halfway to like drive me back in. I was like, I don't want anyone to know that I pissed all over the tent. I want to be cool. Oh, dude, they used to fuck with me so hard. You guys have no idea. Oh, I just remembered a really good one that I'm going to tell. All right. But you guys can talk about that shitting your pants story. I'm down with that.
All right.
You want to dive into that one?
Yeah, I'll give you guys. So this is about, I think, 2.5, 3 years ago. I was in Southern California because that's where we're originally from. And one of my buddies at the time was like, hey, man, like, come on out to Long Beach. He's like, we're going to go out. We're going to have some drinks at the bars. And so I was like, yeah, man, sweet. So I leave. It's like 7:30 at night, and there's no traffic. It takes me like 45 minutes. You know, we drink all night, close down the bars, wake up in the morning. I was like, I got to go back to my town. He's like, no problem. It's only like a 50, 60-mile drive tops. But
60 miles, no big deal.
Yeah, so he's like, let's go to Chipotle and get some food because like across the street from his apartment. So I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, Chipotle. And I just kill a huge burrito, and then I was so thirsty because I was hungover that I chugged like the largest cup of Dr. Pepper, like slammed it, and I was like, oh, I need another cup. And like I
like
never
water.
drink soda, so it upsets my stomach if I chug it, especially.
Yeah.
And so I just fill it up again and I slam it, and then it's like 2:00 in the afternoon. I start driving home and I hit rush hour traffic.
Oh,
And I'm on this stretch of highway on the distance back where it's like there's a good 20 miles without a single exit.
Yeah.
Or anywhere you can exit at all. Like they got K-walls on the side because they're doing construction.
Yeah.
And I'm on the far left lane. It's a 4-lane highway, and my stomach starts rumbling. And I'm in traffic, bumper to bumper. No one's moving, and I'm like, oh fuck, like, oh, here it is. And so I'm like, my stomach's like rumbling. I'm like, dude, I gotta shit. And I'm like, I turn on my blinker because I'm in the far left lane. I'm like, I'm gonna try to get to the right, and if I have to, I'm gonna park on this interstate, and I'm gonna jump over this K-wall and run down the side of the hill and take a shit. And so I got my blinker on, and like people are like, fuck you, like out their window. And I'm like, no, please, like I'm not gonna get in front of you, like just please let me to the side, please. Like, and all my windows are down. It's summertime in California, so it's like 115 degrees outside.
Your ass out the window, just like shit up inside your car.
So it's like 115 degrees outside, and I was in my truck, and like my blinkers on, people are like honking and flipping me off and like screaming like, fuck you. And I'm like, please, like let me over. And so I'm fully locked up, like both feet against the brake, like fully back bridged to like a straight like 2x4 position, just cheeks clenched harder than you could ever imagine, harder than if you were in prison.
He was trying to make a diamond.
And then my stomach's just rumbling away, and then it's like the Hoover Dam broke. There was no hold, and it just released. And so I'm like, fuck, man. It was like a cork came out and it just popped. And so I'm like, motherfucker, and I don't want to sit on my seat, but I'm like, but I'm still stuck in traffic. And I'm in shorts and stuff, and I'm like, ah, so I'm like, whatever, and I sit back down and I start like trying to drive again, going like 5 miles an hour tops to stopped, and I'm like, shit. And so I start contemplating in my head, what am I gonna do? I'm like, okay, when I get to an exit, I was like, I'll get off. I was like, I'll find the closest gas station. I'll get out and run in the gas station and change in there. Yeah. And so I look down and I see that some of the moisture and the diarrhea and stuff has came up to the front side. So I see the front side of my pants, and my first reaction is, holy fuck. Like, if this is the front of my pants, how do the back side of my pants look? And I'm like, there's no way I can get out of this. And I've made it to the far right lane by now. And I'm like sitting there, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm like, I gotta figure something out. And so I'm driving, and then like my stomach's like, and I'm like, no fucking way, man. Like, it starts bubbling again. And I'm like, no way. So I clench back up, but clenching doesn't do anything because my stomach's like, it's gotta go. It's time to get out of here.
And halfway's already lubricated.
Yeah. And so mind you, I'm wearing like Under Armour spandex that like go down to like almost your knees.
Oh my God. So he's just filling up his fucking full leg diaper.
Yeah. And so they're almost down to my knees. And so it releases again, but this time it stays in Spanish, but wraps around and comes up onto my dick and my balls and everything. And I'm like sitting there, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is the worst day of my life. And I'm stuck in traffic in this condition for probably another 30 minutes. And it's like I said, like 115 degrees outside, 120. I have all the windows of my truck rolled down. Oh, and I'm like, dude, my balls are marinating in my own shit. Like, and my wiener, everything. And so, like, finally, after a while, there's a construction exit, like, where trucks have been randomly jumping, like, the sidewalk and going off, and I just go off and get underneath the bridge, man, and thank God I had a full duffel bag of clothes, and I had a bottle of Febreze that I used to spray on my seats that was brand new, and I, like, sprayed my body and scrubbed with Febreze and a bunch of my clothes and put on some clean clothes. But it was funny because, like, as soon as I get back in my truck after cleaning, my buddy Tyler calls me. He's like, I was supposed to go meet up with him and his family for dinner. He's like, where you at, man? I'm like, stuck in traffic, man. Like, hey, when I get to your house, can I take a shower? He's like, why'd you shit your pants? And I was like, I was like, wait a second, what? he's like, what'd you shit your pants up? That's kind of a weird question. I'm like, no. Like, no, like, definitely not. But yeah, I sat in my own shit in traffic for about an hour, just everything covered. And when I did get my clothes off, I had like a perfect line that looked like spandex underwear poop on my legs and my butt and everything.
Oh my God.
And I was like 23 years old at the time.
Great. That is wonderful. Newman, good luck topping that shit.
Oh shit! I don't have like funny prompts.
It's all right. I think we got enough laughter out for one podcast. Jesus, good job.
I feel like we're set for like the next 4 or 5.
Man,
we don't need to tell any jokes.
I just
ever.
died, dude.
So whoever listens to that podcast, that's a pretty personal story that just got put out to the world.
Dude, the world will enjoy.
Don't say anything about it.
Oh my goodness, we should have left out their last names. Jesus.
No, it doesn't bother me.
That was great. Oh my goodness.
Now everyone's scrolling back to find your last name.
Everyone's gonna like search like through your friends, like Daniel Martin. Shit pants. I heard about it in the podcast.
What's up, shit pants? It's like, what's up, asshole spandex over here?
We get like these random friend requests.
Like random.
Why?
I want to be your best friend because I shit my pants too. We can be besties, right?
Hey, shit pants.
Daniel Diarrhea Spandex Martin. God damn. Oh my goodness.
Well, shit. Yeah, there's
Dude,
there's no topic.
You have to follow. That's all right. You can just.
I feel like, okay. So that was the 9th episode of the Average Ghost Podcast.
That's it. Done in 36 minutes. God damn, that was good.
Fuck. So prominent memories. God damn it.
That was a killer.
I think all the like best childhood-esque. God damn it. Oh fuck. I wasn't able to burp that whole time I was laughing, so it all just came out right now. The most like prominent childhood memories are of course from the fucking farm because we got to live out like every childhood dream in that fucking place.
It was the greatest.
But
there's nothing better.
My most favorite and the best ones were one with the Celica. Just being able to drive around 5 acres doing donuts and being a fucking stunt driver.
Dude, I was thinking about that.
A Toyota Celica. It's a
car.
Little hatchback car.
This one is old as shit too. This one is just like
it was an 86, so it was 1 year older than me.
Prime model. Prime.
Dude, it was
vintage.
Dude, I was thinking about like Newman, I mean, this motherfucker used to tow me behind it with a piece of carpet flipped over.
I was gonna go to that. That's my favorite fucking memory from the whole goddamn farm is being towed behind trucks and shit on carpet.
Dude, I was actually thinking about this exact thing like 2 days ago. I was like, would I have the balls now to jump on that? I was like, I don't fucking know. Like, yeah, I don't know if I could do that. But like when we were kids, dude, we used to haul ass. You would go like 35. I swear, like, and I'm just fucking whipping off this thing through the tall grass, just skidding for 15 fucking feet. When you guys built that fun box and then you guys had so many broken skateboards, he like drills these broken skateboards to the bottom of this fun box. We're towing it behind his dad's F-250. Like he would always fall off and get caught in the rope that was towing it. So the thing's getting dragged while your back's also getting dragged on the grass and you're just like laughing like but now we'd be fucking just terrified.
I'm gonna feel this for the next 3 weeks.
So invincible when we were younger.
That's how I felt like the couple times we played skate against each other, trying any trick. I'm like, oh, my ankle's gonna snap.
Or just being afraid to fall down because it's gonna fucking hurt for the next week or two.
I got another really good memory from the farm. I mean, aside from like, we got a couple good ones. I remember, I think it was like it was probably my 10th birthday, maybe. I think. So I was super fucking young. And then I'm hanging out with all my friends from school. Like, I'd invited all my friends from like my old school, because since I moved to Marysville, I'd lost all those friends. So I invited them all up, and I'm taking them around the farm, being all cool. Like, look at all these woods. Like, I know every corner of these woods. And, you know, showing them all the places. And like, we shoot guns from this bark pile over there. That's a big like mud pit, which like me and my cousin build like little adobe huts into the walls of. I was like being super cool. And Newman still lives on the farm at this point, so Newman is just like lurking around like fucking Ezio Auditore from Assassin's Creed. And no, you'll see why, because I'm walking around with like my 6 friends being like cool as shit, thinking I'm the man, and Aaron just comes out of like nowhere and Brock Lesnar spears me like a motherfucker, just like BAM! And I hit the fucking floor, and I'm like trying to fight back tears in front of all my friends, and I'm like, like, he fucking wrecked me, dude. And he's probably like 16 at this point, and he just wrecks a 10-year-old. Like, fuck you, Dylan. I was just like, oh shit. Dude, like, he fucked me up. Just bam.
I mean, I felt like it's my obligation because your dad did that shit to me all the fucking time.
Like the time
shit
when
rolls downhill.
Oh, like the time in 4th of July when you guys all threw like those 6 like military grade smoke like things, and then like all 6, like all of these kids, like there's like 7 or 8 nephews of my dad, and they're all in there, and I'm in there too. They're all trying to beat my dad's ass because it's just never something that they could accomplish. Like, they'd roughhouse with my dad, and he'd always beat the shit out of him because he was like just a little bit older cousin than all of them. And dude, I remember seeing through this like hazy smoke, like I imagine it like a war scene when you like hear the ringing in your ears, like the smoke starts to clear, and I just see my dad just kicking the shit out of like 16-year-old children. Like, he's fucking them up. Like my cousin Justin's running in full force and just getting tanked, and my cousin Andrew's running in just like leg sweep, just fucking. It's like seeing mortar shells go off in front of these guys' feet. My dad's just like Iron Man beating the fuck out of children. It was amazing. Oh, dude, but like on the subject of you guys fucking with me, like being young, Newman's we've talked about, both of us, the Home Depot racks that we used to have out at this place.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Dude, so we had this one. It was by the barn. So, big red barn, classic red barn. And then you look to the left, and we had these big, like, hulking, Home Depot warehouse storage units set up. And these guys, I don't even know what kind of wood that was that you guys had, but you guys found, like, these wood panels.
It was particle board.
Yeah,
like, it was just pressed fucking desktop particle board.
Yeah. So these guys, they build like this 2-story building into the storage unit, and they set up an Xbox in there and all this stuff. So like you crawl in from the bottom on this this ladder.
It had a trap door, and a latch, and all kinds of
ladder, and then you jump in, and then you can go up another flight, and there was like a tarp up top, and then there was a hammock. So I'm hanging out with them. I always wanted to hang out with the older kids. I was like, hey, I want to be cool like you guys. And so we're all playing Xbox, and then I start getting tired, and so they're like, Dylan, you need to go to sleep like upstairs.
Before you pee the bed.
Yeah, I probably still did at that point, but 100% I did. Not even probably. No, definitely would have. But see, on this particular night, I wouldn't have noticed it because they put me in this hammock up on the 2nd story, and the only thing on top of me is a tarp. So above
a shitty tarp with a bunch of fucking holes in it.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it didn't have holes because I distinctly remember the fact that when I was in there, I remember getting woken up at maybe 3 a.m. You guys are trying to fix it because a torrential downpour had happened, and it had filled with like 15 gallons worth of water. And so I wake up with them trying to fix the tarp and it pouring all over me. Like I got hit with a fucking tsunami wave of that thing. And so
you were trying to help.
Bullshit. You guys are probably like, fuck this kid. Let's get him wet. He'll go home.
Like this
You guys used to fuck with me so hard. Like, Justin used to just walk up to me and just slap me in the face. Like, just, bah! Just like, later, bitch. Like, I was
we'll teach him to wet the bed and we'll just pour water all over him.
I mean, I feel like I was never that mean. I don't think
the spear was like, the spear was
face.
the main one, but Justin used to fuck with me a lot for sure.
Yeah.
But so the next day, it's probably like a week later, it had been raining like a motherfucker. So all this particle board started soaking with wood, and I decided I'm going to go up in there by myself. No one's in there. They took the Xbox out. I was just like fucking around. Nice sunny day out. The one sunny day after just continuous rainfall. All of the particle board had soaked up and was super waterlogged. And so when I tried to jump from the ladder onto the wood, I landed with my belly on the wood. And usually, you just like land with your belly and then pull your feet up. I land with my belly. I have my hands on there. And then it looks like the drag me to hell shit that happens in all of the fucking scary movies where the guy's just like, ah! They get fucking pulled away. And I fucking fall down and I hit my back just pop on the ground. I swear I probably tagged my head on the fucking ladder too. And you know that pain you get when all of the air is taken out of your body? Imagine that times 3 because I'd fallen 10 fucking feet to my back. And I get up like a headless chicken and my shoulders are arched back and I'm like trying to find air and I'm just running around in circles trying to scream, but there's no air in my lungs and I'm like rolling on the ground just like losing my fucking mind. Like, dude, dangerous ass events happened at this.
Oh man, we were so fucking irresponsible out of the farm. Like,
we used to do some
shit that would be illegal today. I remember one time we were driving the Celica and they shot a fucking potato gun at the car.
No, dude, remember when we're in it and they're trying to cover the whole windshield with paintballs so you can't see where you're driving?
And fucking crash. Yeah. But this one time with the fucking potato gun, my window was open and this potato goes in through the fucking car in front of my fucking face and hits the passenger window. And it was like, I think Steven, our other cousin, was in the fucking passenger seat, and that shit exploded right next to his head.
My goodness.
And he lost his shit. Like, he was done after that.
Dude, we used to just the dumbest
redneck
shit.
As fuck.
Dude, like, remember out at Steven's house, there's that giant zip line that I don't even think there was a harness for?
Oh, yeah, you just
like grab it and it just takes you like 200 yards. Like that time we were just like running around in the backyard. Like, it's not even like a big backyard. It's like 2,000 square feet maybe, and we're running around with like paintball pistols trying to shoot each other. Like, we did the dumbest shit, but it was just so fun. Like, I remember like that big water pit we built out in the back. So we had my grandpa has this giant tractor. So it
wasn't a giant tractor. It was like a
reasonable sized tractor.
I
was a tiny person. I was like a dwarf at this time. So we dug this big hole in the back though with the backhoe, and then over the years it fills more and more with water. And I think like it was one probably late summer. It had spring. I think it was a little warm out, but it had been raining definitely. So the thing's still full, and I go in there. And over the time, like, we had just stopped using it, so, like, we just started throwing garbage in there. So there's just, like, metal fragments in there. And so I crawl out, and, like, what is, like, you know what it looks like when you take a broom handle, like one of those metal broom handles, and bend it, how it crimps, and then when you break it off, it gets super sharp?
Yeah.
I had caught my ankle on that, and I had this fat gash, and I just, like, get out of this, like, murky pond like a demon walking out of hell, and there's just, like, blood pouring out of my leg. It was the greatest. Childhood win.
I still have a fucking scar on my bicep from something in that mud pit. I think it must have been like a screw sticking out of a 2x4, but I jumped into it was when we used to dare each other to jump into the water in like the wintertime. But I had jumped in there and this screw fucking caught the inside of my bicep and just tore a chunk out of it. So now there's like this.
I hope you guys went and got tetanus shots after.
Never.
We always had tetanus shots. I did at least. I was always up on tetanus.
I lived in North Carolina for a while. We had a pond like that or a creek like that right beside the house. house.
A creek?
And I jumped in it one time in a dare, like in the wintertime, and a nail went like all the way through my foot.
Oh shit!
And the only thing I remember is like I was like a lifeless body, like in the movie Platoon, and my mom was like carrying me out of this creek, and I was like completely just lifeless in my limbs. And I was like, like just screaming, like bloody murder, and there was just like a nail through my foot. But like it was like at that time my head didn't work, my arms didn't work, and like everything was just limp. I was just screaming at the top of my lungs, like my mom's like carrying me out of there like a hero.
That's wonderful. Well, dude, yeah, just like you can tell the progression of us as we lived at the farm from the fact that when we first dug that hole out, me and Aaron used to go in it and like we would each have one wall, so there'd still be like a small puddle in the middle of this pit, but then we each have one like clay wall, and we just like carve little villages in and like make these nice stairways that go all the way down, like it's a lake in the middle of these two villages, and like we were super gay. And then
that's so cute.
It was a good time, like it was awesome, and then it changes to jackass level shit where you're jumping into a pit of death and coming out bloody and battered with biceps torn and pouring blood. And
were you there when we tried to jump the car over the mud pit?
No.
Were you there for
no. Bad idea.
We built a jump out of dirt, which is just stupid as fuck. So we built this jump, and I go flying at the jump. I'm going, well, I don't know about flying. I was going maybe like 20 miles an hour.
And the jump is not compacted.
But we go flying at this jump. And at the last second, I chicken out and I'm like, no fucking way, we're not doing this shit. And luckily we did, because as soon as the car hit this fucking jump, we just like went straight into it. Like there was no lift.
Yeah. It was not compact at all.
No. So we just fucking slammed our heads into the steering wheel, the dashboard, and all that shit.
That's awesome.
It was poorly planned.
Dude, we used to just do the best shit out there. Like, I had a bathtub. Like, this is how white trash we were. We had a bathtub outside, like, that I used to just collect snakes in. Like, I would just find baby gardener snakes, and I had, like, 6 snakes in a fucking bathtub. Like, we used to, like, our pool was our grandma had, like, this nice fountain out in front of her house. It was, like, the one nice thing in the whole farm, and we used to just, like, play in it like it was a pool.
Yeah.
We had like the or like the hard rubber, like 55-gallon drums when we lived in North Carolina when we were kids. And so we always thought it was a good idea to like roll around in those, you know, like we'd push each other down the hill, and then like that was like our entertainment as kids, you know. And then my dad got all drunk one day and shot it a bunch of times with a shotgun. So like it had all these pellet holes pushing through it on the inside. But that was our entertainment as kids. So we're like still trying to go in there and just get like destroyed by these inward like bullet holes, and you're like like the entire time.
To shreds by that shit.
Yeah, dude. Like when your dad
So I fully remember stuff like that, like redneck white trash shit that people did.
Dude, yeah, that was like such a shining few years of my childhood. Like so great.
The farm was legit. Like,
there's nothing better. No,
there's a half pipe out there.
I just remembered a good one.
Out there.
So remember when Grandpa had that that riding lawnmower?
Yeah.
Yeah. So imagine the big grass field, like giant grass field, and we took this and we just drove through it like a wave, kind of. So you just zigzag through this giant like grass field. So there's like this nice pathway, just weird winding through it, and then we'd carve out like these circles at different points, like it was stages, like levels in a video game. You remember what I'm talking about now?
Yeah, I do.
So me and my cousin Thaddeus, he's the same age as me. We were like the two outcasts of like all the older cousins, and they set up.
Outcasts.
We weren't
You were
outcasts.
just
I mean, like,
younger.
we were significantly younger, and we were always trying to like jump in. But they all set up with like sticks in these circles, like these 7 stages or whatever, you know, or like 5, because I think it was Kyle, you, Nathan, Andrew, and maybe Justin. I don't know who actually was all involved, but it's definitely a good amount of guys. You know, we had to go through these levels. We had to like we had to like duel you to like get to the next stage.
That's so cool.
And Andrew's the last stage, I think. I'm pretty sure he was the last stage. So you guys were just like playing, you know? So I got through. Yeah. I remember I got through like the first couple. Or maybe, no. Let me take it back. We stopped. I don't even think I got to play past the first two because Thad goes through it first. He gets through the third stage, moves on to Andrew. You know, the big boss battle. Andrew hits him in the face with a fucking stick. He was like, I'm not losing this one. And he hits him in the face with a stick. Like, he's just pouring blood out of his nose.
Oh my gosh.
We're fucking brutal, dude. We didn't give a fuck. Like
I hit my brother Steven in the head with nunchucks when I was a kid one time and completely split his head open because we lived in North Carolina and we like lived on a couple acres and like the neighbor had a couple acres. And so I was like probably 5 years old, and the neighbor girl, she was probably like 9, and I had a huge crush on her.
So you smack her in the face with that?
No. And so my brother Steven's like, oh, making fun of me in front of the neighbor girl. And like her brother had a pair of nunchucks. He was like 15. So I grabbed his nunchucks. I'm like, bam! Just hit him across the head, like split him wide open. They were like real, like legit wood nunchucks. Yeah. And like he like out cold, blood pouring all over it. I'm like, like so scared and like, and I'm like fuck. So I like run to the house and I'm like, Mom, Steven like fell and busted his head open. And so my mom's like, what? And like she runs outside and then like he comes to and he's like, Daniel hit me with nunchucks. And like the neighbor's like, oh, Daniel hit him with nunchucks. And I'm like, I didn't. They're all lying. And there's like 4 of them saying that I did this, and I was like, he fell. And so like she's like rinsing his head off in the sink, and there's blood all over the place. I'm like, he's gonna die. Like I'm like 5 years old, like freaking out and crying. And my mom's like rinsing his head / turning to whip the shit out of me at the same time, and I'm like just in a fit of tears. Like,
dude, I learned how to ghost ride the whip out in Marysville too.
Oh yeah, we did all kinds of dumb shit with
No, this one wasn't even with the car. Grandpa used to let me drive around the riding lawnmower. So like you guys were all out doing your shit. So I was driving around the riding lawnmower. And so you know, like you have to keep your foot on the lever for it to move. I figured out a way to tether the lever down. So I would like get off the like lawnmower as it's moving and like walk next to it, and then like get off and latch my like hands onto the back of it and like sled behind the riding lawnmower. Just the stupidest shit. And then one time, you know, Grandpa was always a killjoy. I just hear from across he's just like, Dad, you're gonna get off the lawnmower, you drive it. And it's like, oh shit, Grandpa, oh fuck.
Yeah. That was just his role in life, was to ruin all of the fucking fun that we were having.
My favorite thing to do is just tell all those stories. Dude, to just tell all those stories now, like that he's older, and just like him laugh his ass off at how much of a terrorist he was is great.
Oh, fuck, it was awful. Like, we'd be running like in the rec room area where we were supposed to do shit and have fun and be kids.
No running in the house.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm watching MASH. I'm watching MASH.
Probably.
Oh shit, we've only got 3 minutes left.
We killed it. We also killed our whole surplus of memories from the farm. Actually, I got a couple paintball ones, but yeah, we've pretty much done it. So I guess. Sorry, guys, if you were bored with our stories, but if you were, I don't see how, because they were fucking great. I mean, it was
hilarious.
It was fun to jump back and take an hour to reminisce on stupid bullshit. I guess. Good job. I guess. That was good.
Yeah. So we'll just save the topics that we had for the next one.
Yeah. Fuck those topics.
Because we've only now we've got like less than 2 minutes.
That's all right.
Left. So do you want to do song?
Yeah, we're just gonna straight up jump into song of the week. So we do this pretty regularly on the podcast.
Monday-ish.
So I guess we're gonna jump in. If Daniel or Rebecca, if you guys got something, you guys can take it off first.
Just a song that
and then just a song you've been listening to that you've been really enjoying this week. Maybe the listeners can check it out.
What's that North Lane song that you've been listening to?
They don't have anything, so you go first, though.
All right.
I did have something, but fuck you,
Daniel,
right?
go.
We'll come back. We'll come back to you.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so mine,
go.
again, I've been spending too much time listening to alternative hip-hop this week, so I don't know why I've been, like, kind of melancholy, like, kind of, like, I don't know, flustered, I guess. So
The band Melancholy?
What? No.
Are you talking about the band Melancholy?
No, I just mean, like, my state of being lately has been kind of, like,
Okay.
down low, not sad, but, like, just kind of like, maybe I'm just fucking tired. But my song of the week is Me, Myself, and I by G-Eazy, white rapper again. But if you don't like hip-hop, no, I'm serious. Even if you don't like hip-hop,
You need to diversify.
No, I just only like white people, white power. Just kidding. I'm serious though. If you guys, even if you don't like hip hop, you should check that song out. I just think it's really well produced, and it's got like a good balance of like cool singing and really badass rapping too. So it's thoroughly enjoyable. So Aaron Newman, what you
Word.
got?
Mine's a two-parter because it's one of those songs that kind of fades from one into the next one.
Oh yeah.
But it's Vanna, The Few and Far Between, and then The Lost Art of Staying Alive. Those
Nice.
songs are just fucking... They're gnarly.
Gnar.
I'm a big fan. Yes. I don't have as much input. I mean, I like them. I haven't
That's
been
cool, man.
melancholy
Dude, you
or
don't got
fucking-
to. I mean, Daniel, jump on in, man,
Yeah.
if you got one.
Well, for me, I love the band Northlane. I always stayed away from the song Quantum Flux, but for the past like 2 weeks, I've really been digging that song for some reason.
Yeah.
And also one more, Reflection by Counterparts. So if anyone wants to hear that song, it's a little bit slower, kind of just like him singing over slow vocals, but it's a really good song.
I'm mad at that. Nice. Sweet, dude.
Rebecca?
Ditto.
You can't say...
I-
What was that
Just
one
get
you
the
made us
fuck
listen
outta
to
here.
in the car?
Rebecca likes a song by Chainsmokers called Roses.
Rose.
Okay,
Is that like EDM?
Is it called Roses?
No, it's like...
It is
it's
called
like
Roses by-
hipster-style music.
Yeah, it's like a hipster thing, man. Gay.
I'm sure Chelsea likes it.
Okay.
You probably like it.
Yeah, I was trying to think. I had something else come up, but I forget what it was, man. Shit. All right. Well, I guess that'll do it for this. I mean, you want to jump into
I
our
like all the music.
all of the musics? They're just great.
All the music.
Heard some great country music this week.
Oh my God! Kill yourself.
I'm just kidding.
Kill yourself. Also,
I mean, I can't go...
I was gonna
but-
jump more white rapper. If you guys don't like Macklemore, that's okay, but go fuck yourself because he's actually pretty fucking good. So yeah.
I hate his new stuff. That fucking downtown stuff. Downtown.
I hate that song.
I fucking hate that.
I got called Macklemore in Aggieville one time where I like broke my ankle and Newman stood over me going, ha ha, like pointing in my face. And then some like local college student came up to me. He's
Drunk
like,
as fuck.
drunk as shit.
Macklemore.
He's probably like brand new 21 years old. He's like, hey, it's Macklemore. Because like my hair was combed over like how Macklemore did it. He's like, take a selfie with me. I'm like laying in the middle of the street screaming, grabbing my ankle because it's like snapped to the side. And this guy's like, stand up, and like picks me up because he's a big dude. And I'm like, and he's like, selfie. And like takes a selfie with me and like sets me back on the street and takes off running.
Nice. Yeah, no, I was just like, I like that "Make the Money" song and like the same love about the.
Oh yeah, his whole
shit's
that
good.
whole album is good, but I just
Yeah.
don't like the downtown song. I fucking hate the song.
I don't
I like the song about America.
Man, that one is fucking funny too. I like that one.
Fuck your Tony Romo.
That one is good. I thoroughly enjoy that. So if you guys want to get at us on the social media, Facebook.com/Average Ghosts. On Twitter, we are AVG Ghosts. Newman, you want to talk about your Facebook and shit?
Facebook.com/ANewman9000. Twitter. I
No,
think it's
that would be your
ANewman9000.
Instagram. Your Facebook is just his name, motherfuckers. Newman,
No, I think it is ANewman9000.
Facebook? It would just be your name.
Yeah. No, I think it's ANewman9000.
Okay, listeners, you guys have to hear our
ridiculous.
ridiculous banter. Okay, sorry.
I don't know. Just fucking pick one and try it.
Just
And
find
if
us.
Not, fuck you.
Fucking
Follow
find
the
us.
average ghost shit. Don't follow me because then you're
dude.
a creepy stalker.
We hope
follow
you guys
you.
had fun listening to the podcast. It was a good time for us, I believe. So, yeah, guys, we'll catch you on the flip side. This has been episode 9 of the Average Ghost Podcast. There you guys.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no problem.